ajaga dinge gon ngari anu kamudega no mulachfa way na dingu ngang chiloto wingadi telarta ano ngodomaldo
On the first day of unleavened bread, when they sacrificed the Passover lamb, his disciples said to Jesus, "Where will you have us go and prepare for you to eat the Passover?" And he sent 2 of his disciples and said to them, "Go into the city, and a man carrying a jar of water will meet you. Follow him, and wherever he enters, say to the householder, 'The teacher says, where is my guest room, where I am going to eat the Passover with my disciples?' And he will show you a large upper room, furnished and ready. There prepare for us." And the disciples set out and went to the city, and found it as he told them. And they prepared the Passover.
We thank the Lord that He brought us to this day that we have been preparing since February to come and celebrate the Eucharistic Congress together with the Feast of the Parish, the 2 pillared saints, St. Peter and St. Paul. The Eucharistic Congress, they started, I think, by the bishops of Sudan and South Sudan since 1984. The first celebration took place in Khartoum, 1984, one year after the beginning of the SPLA war in Sudan. Jesus instituted this Eucharist for the reason that He wants us to be united, to be one. That is the first thing. And the second thing, Jesus wants to tell us that He, even though He went up to heaven, He is still with us here in the body and blood. And Jesus remains with us in our churches as He is present in the tabernacle, in all the churches that we found. We here, we don't have that, the sacristy, the tabernacle everywhere. Maybe it's only in the big churches. Here we have the chapel. We are not lucky. Still, we don't have faith. We don't have churches. We are still praying under the shed. 25 years of faith. We are still under the shed. And I don't want to talk long. Just to hint some points why the Eucharist is important. It is because the Eucharist is Christ Himself. As we have heard from the Gospel, Jesus, before going up to heaven, during the Passover feast, He gathered His disciples at the Last Supper. And He took bread, blessed it, and gave it to His disciples to eat. And He said, "Take this is my body." And again He did with the wine. And He raised the cup up, blessed it, and gave it to His disciples. And He said, "This is my blood, which is shed for your salvation." And here, the importance of Eucharist. It is not only the bread and the wine, because when Jesus took the bread and blessed it, it turns into His body. And when He blessed the wine, it turns to His blood. And that is our belief, that we are receiving the Holy Communion, the body of Christ. Let us pay attention to to this sacrament. Because sometimes some of us, they don't understand what is the Eucharist. People are not ready to receive the Holy Communion, seeing their brothers, their friends, they are online to receive the Holy Communion, they go and receive the Holy Communion.